people, welcome on Career Show. So today we are going to receive Sir Mountaga Keita, who is the founder and CEO of Tulip Industries. He designed an automated system for transmitting medical data between hospital and the Ministry of Health. Welcome, Sir Keita. Hope you're fine.
I am perfect. And thank you for having me in this show.
Okay, sure. So, Sir Keita, tell us, from banker to the CEO and the founder of Tulips, what happened?
You just have to switch. At some point, like in your life, you have to realize what really matters to you. Do you just want to do some jobs because they are high-paying jobs, because they provide well and you are living well with them? Or maybe you're doing that just to satisfy your family or the way society sees you. So at some point, I just thought about that. And my reflection was that, yes, I'm doing all this. It's a fancy job to be a banker. It's a fancy job to be a bank director, being in Washington, D.C. Oh, my goodness. And having some top clients, and especially in Washington, you can have people that the same evening you see them like on TV in a White House press conference. Yeah, it was really fine, but it wasn't my dream. I landed in banking by accident because I was looking for a job when I finished the university. And I just found out, okay, it was a high-paying job. My status also went up. Of course, when you tell anybody, especially a female, that, yeah, I'm a banker, yeah, I'm a bank director, that sounds so good. But my real dreams was to take like a screwdriver, a soldering tool, and do my electronic stuff, build things. That was my little secret garden. So at some point, when I finished doing all other things like checks, I've done this education check, I've done this employment check, I've done this status check. Then I'm like, I'm gonna go around and now do what matters for me. Like the kind of job where 6 a.m. is nothing for me, 7 a.m. is nothing for me, meaning I can work 24 hours until my body collapses because I love it. So living my passion. In the US, I used to be wealthy, but now I'm living my dreams. So what do you choose? At some point in your life, ask yourself those questions. Do you really want to be wealthy, or do you really want to live in your dreams? Materialize your dreams. So me right now, what I'm doing is really, I'm living my dreams. No much money in it. Don't think sometimes living your dream will bring millions right away. No. But along the way, you will land on something, and that something will make your dream even bigger, and you will start to dream other dreams also. So a dream leads to another dream, to another dream. So yeah, I'm living in there. It's tiring, it's hectic, because here it's no 9 to 5 job. It's really 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. sometime, but I love it.
Wow. So the question is, who are you? Who are you, Sir Keita?
Very simple.
An African living his job as a banker in the United States of America. I think it's the dream of many Africans to go to the US to have a job. But you are a banker in a company in the United States of America. You leave your job, you leave your money, your salary, your comfort to come back to Africa to participate in the development. Why? Why have you decided to come back? Why?
Let me ask you, my friend, do you want to live wealthy or do you want to live happy? I chose to live happy. That doesn't mean that I will have necessarily money. No, because happiness is not, you cannot correlate happiness with money all the time or vice versa. No. I decide this time I'm going to live happy. What I'm doing bring happiness to me. Honestly, no wealth. Be careful. When you start business, when you start entrepreneurship, for the first 4 years, you are more miserable than the homeless guy outside. Because you have people working under you. You have your dream. You are materializing your dream. So you are bringing people along the way with you. But it is your dream. And you're trying to select them according to whether they join your dream or not. I don't hire people because they're necessarily competent. No, I hire them on the basis that these people understand my dream. They want to make it happen. They're joining, they're dreaming along with me, this same dream. Okay? So if you just bring a competent person, that person will just be there for money. The day you have a gap in your budget or in your finances, whatever, they will leave you that same day in the evening. So make sure you bring people who dream with you, who have similar dreams. They may not be the best people in that technique or that other technique, but it's okay. They will learn along the way. And you know what happened, okay? If you keep cutting your hair, sooner or later, you might be a barbershop for everybody. You might cut everybody's hair. Or they say also in the US that if you hang out by the barbershop, sooner or later, you're gonna have a haircut, a free haircut. That's what it is. So that's what I did. I'm moving with my dream, but it is hard. But you know what? As long as it's my dream, it's fine. Okay? But now you were talking about the wealth in America. Yeah, that's the stereotype. You think, yeah, you will be. Let me give you an example. Back in 2007, just before the financial collapse of the American economy, I used to make like around $22,000 like per month, which was okay, which was wonderful. I could afford whatever I want. I used to live in fancy apartment building like a five-star hotel. That's how I was. They used to call me Mr. Keita when I walked into my apartment building downstairs. It was really like if you say the Sheraton when you walked in downtown Silver Spring. But you know what? I'm happier today than that time because at that time I used to make a lot of money, but also used to be miserable because I was just doing what I was told to do. I was making that much money, but I wasn't happy. The pressure was, I cannot tell you how the pressure was. I was just like a career, a miner, okay? Just working like a donkey every day to make that money. That money comes. Yes, I go, I finance my education because at the same time, in the evening, I would go to the university. So whatever I made as money, I would finance my education. I wasn't the type of person who took the money, went to buy very fancy vehicles or change vehicle every year like other Americans. No, I was really careful not to do that. Or going on vacation in the Bahamas at the time. No, I did not do that. I really took everything I earned to put it into my education. So I almost never stopped my education. That's why I managed to do my Master of Science in Procurement and Contract. After that, I managed to finance also my MBA. After that, I also managed to finance the Harvard Law School. I went there the last year for a diploma in negotiation and conflict resolution. And after that, I had some few money left, just bought a lot of stuff, put in a container and said, I'm out of here. Like Obama did with the microphone last time. He dropped the mic, he said, Obama out. I say, Mountaga out. That's all.
Wow.
My American friend did ask me, are you crazy? What you gonna do in Africa? I said, hey man, I have my mango tree in my backyard. You know, I'm just gonna go and eat some mangoes. What do you want? That's where I belong. So never forget where you're coming from or where your parents coming from. Do not have that complex. The problem is we think that elsewhere the grass is green. No. Oh no. Not at all. Not at all. I'm happier here than there. I can tell you right away. Over there, I used to have everything. But what I did, I tried to rebuild everything here in another way. And that worked for me. There are things I cannot change in Africa. I'm sorry. The way they drive the vehicles here on the roads, I cannot change that. It's really whack. But hey, it's Africa. You have to go with African attitude also. This is not Europe. This is Africa. Okay. So that's how I did it. In fact, in order to leave all that work and come here, you have to start the change some years before. What I did, I came back in the mid 2013 in Guinea, definitely. And I never looked back. Only went there to see my son a few times. After that, hey, We do that on WhatsApp, video conference, things like that. I still have my house there, but I rented my condominium apartment, but I rented. Airbnb or Long and Foster, they can handle that all day. But I never look back because since 2008, I started to move back to Africa. I used to watch the news from my country. I used to even listen to the radio stations, like on my phone, plug on my auto radio, my car radio, so I could listen like if I was in Guinea. I started to live the life of Guinean people. People calling to complain, people calling to laugh, some music. So it was so easy for me. When I came, it was easy for me. The only thing that wasn't easy is to take the car and drive. Oh, that was insane. I had to work 1 year looking at the driver, how we did to do the same thing. And now I'm crazier than anybody when I take the road. So yeah, you have to migrate first in your mind before your body moves.
Okay, sure. So, Sir Keita, you were talking about your studies. How you didn't take your money to buy maybe a great house or buy a very nice car or ostentation of goods. I mean, good of ostentation. But my question now is that you invested on your studies. But we are seeing nowadays many coach talking to young African, telling them that school is useless, that if you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to be successful, or leave your certificate aside, leave your studies and go directly into entrepreneurship. But my question now is, do you have the feeling that the school, your studies have contributed in what you are doing now in your daily activities? And what message do you send to those who say that school is useless?
Very easy. Will you ever dare to go to a World Cup of football, soccer, without ever touching a ball? Would you ever go to the Afghanistan war or to the Vietnam war or to any war and you have never taken a weapon and shot one fire? That would be suicidal. Guys, please go to school, learn. Real life is 1,000 times crazier than that. Entrepreneurship is a beating you're gonna take like if you went to war, okay? Every day I get beaten up. You see this hair? It's all gone on the side. This is by doing this, trying to find solution. And believe me, I have enough degrees here to fill up like an entire wall here, a certificate, but it's not even enough. Go to school, get your degrees, understand what they are teaching you. Whatever they're teaching you, those are, in fact, it's like experts. Some people who spend their life doing something, who then write books and put everything in there. So you can use those books as ladders, okay, as stairs to jump higher than them, okay? Now, if you say all that is new and I can do on my own, please, if you are a man or a woman, do it.
Okay.
You'll die it's gonna be like biting on a piece of cyanide, something toxic. You're gonna die instantly. Believe me, learn something. Those people who get into business, into entrepreneurship without going to education, believe me, they lose 90% and succeed 10%. You only see the success. So you think like they just succeed, they went in, they succeed, but they will never tell you that they lost 9 out of 10. I've been here in Guinea. I've been working for a shipping company before I started Tulip, international shipping company. So my role was to be, I was a sales exec. So I would go see the traders. Traders in Guinea, it's almost 90% of the economy, if it's not 95. They don't even speak French. Barely some small English to speak with their suppliers. When I spoke to them, when I understand for 4 years how those people were working, my goodness, they will lose, I will tell you right away, they will lose 19 out of 20. The win they make is 1 out of 20. And you, that's the one that you see. That's the one that give them millions. Do you know how much they lost before? When they explained to me how much they lost, I was like, this is just like a genocide of money. This is a financial genocide. Those people got killed so many times financially, but they decide to still stay in. And by staying in, like I told you, if you hang out by the barbershop, sooner or later, they're going to give you a free haircut because maybe one day the guy will just say, okay, come in, sit down, I'm going to give you a haircut, even if you don't have money. That's how they succeed. And even when they succeed, also, they get robbed, they get stolen by the accountant, by the lawyer, they get chewed up. Most of those people die before their age. Some even like carry a gun with them. At age, I've seen one at age past 80. He had a gun with him. You see, he could even, like, the guy was above 120 million euros he had in all his bank account. I can certify that. I know that guy. Okay. Here's what happened. He didn't even have a bodyguard. He didn't even have like security guard like, around him. You will go to his house. He's living literally like a poor guy. And he died like that, physically, like a poor guy, because he never went to school. So please go to school. Learn how to later collect your money, protect your money, smartly invest your money, smartly hire some discreet security guy who will, in civilian clothing, be like protecting you. Some can be in motorcycles, some can be in, like say, taxi cab, just driving along the road, like along your side, just to protect you. At least when you're talking to people, you sound a bit smart. And at your old age, you are still smart to go to university to teach what you learn to young people. But if you haven't been to school, I'm sorry. I've seen in Guinea people over 50 million years. I have a neighbor here, never been to school. He's a trader. The guy every year, I know his kids, and every year he trade around more than 55 million euros because he imports rice. Huge amount, 1,000 tons of rice per year, okay? The guy lived like a homeless guy. He built just houses, but houses are just like shell. It's ugly in there. It's not really cleaned. You just feel like it's a guy just making $100 per month. That's why you have to go to school. Why you have to learn how to manage your money. Because if you don't know, even if I give you $1 billion, you're going to lose everything. So go to school. School is not like for everybody, I know. But school also, it's people who suffered and learn things. Those are the ones who put things in books so you can learn that, so you won't make those same mistakes. Now you have a dumb guy who comes, oh yeah, don't go to school. Yeah, fine. Yeah, because they need goats and sheep like you. You understand?
Yeah.
They need you. They need to make profit on you. They only make profit on dumb people. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't be those dumb people. Go to school. Take your books. Everything is written in there. Okay?
Okay.
Like me later, like in my old ages, what I'm gonna do is just to go teach younger people everything I learned in schools. Now, if your kids are not there, sorry for them. They will make the same mistake as I made, and some will die out of it.
Exactly. So you went to school, you have studied, you have graduated, you worked in the United States of America, you came back to Guinea, and now you are an entrepreneur. You are the founder of Tulip's industry. You are an inventor. Tell us about your invention. Tell us more about it, the device. How does it work?
Okay, it's very simple. I came back to Africa and I found out that, okay, hey, they are pretty modern in so many things. And we have 4G, even I believe in Mali, they're trying the 5Gs. So Africa is not really behind. Globally, no, we are not really behind. We know whatever happening like on Earth today. We have fiber optics also. We get some fancy houses here. I have elevators and people are, yeah. If I show you outside here, it pretty much looks like Miami. The good side of Miami. Okay, so yeah, but when it comes to healthcare, I noticed that people don't care. Why? Those who have money, they just take the dual citizenship passport. They just take the They buy the same day, they buy a ticket. They just hop in, they go to Dakar, Morocco, Casablanca, or they go into Tunis, or they go to France, or they go to the US. They get sometimes even free healthcare. US, France, and everything. Yeah, you can do that. Dakar also, yeah, you can do that. But then one time I just look at some situation where I lost my grandma. She was in a village. The time they bring her in the ambulance from the village to here, it's just 120 kilometers from the capital. But the road conditions, I mean, bumpy roads, she expired when she came. I believe the road killed her or accelerated her death. And then also my father-in-law also died out of, I would say, nothing, just kidney infection. We thought his back was hurting him. They were massaging him with some Chinese bones and things like that. And by the time I Googled, I found that it's kidney infection. We say, let's wait in the morning. We get him antibiotics. We get him like to a good hospital. Well, at 6 a.m. he died. I look at those two deaths. I say, these are unnecessary deaths. Then I look at myself, I say, hey, if anything happened to me on the road, a motorcycle hits me, or I'm involved in a car accident, what will happen? They will let me bleed to death. Because what happened in Africa, when you get to the hospital, until you pay, they're not going to even look at you. You can die there. Yeah. If they know who you are or you have money there, yeah, okay. I'll say, I'm going to build something. I don't know how to build it, but I'm going to go step by step. I'm going to build something. So if I'm here, I plug myself, my vital signs, a doctor in Dakar, Casablanca, Tunisia, France, US can see the same thing as the doctor here. If the doctor here cannot fully diagnose my illness, at least the other one can help him live. Okay? So that's what I did. And the idea that came also is when I saw my a sibling of mine, BMW, being plugged, and then through the internet, BMW in Germany just diagnosed the vehicle and told them exactly that it was the oil was of poor quality that broke in pieces into the engine. So that broke the engine. That's why this. I'm like, wow, they can fix a BMW at more than 5,000 kilometers. So they can fix me also. So I took those two ideas, my suffering plus the BMW. I say, I'm like a BMW too. I can get my heart rate, I can get my oxygen level, I can get the image of my lungs, my arteries and everything by doing the ultrasound scanners, and share the screens or transfer that automatically to another doctor also. So I'm like, let me try. I did it. It works. So I created the interactive kiosk called the Octopus because it has 8 options, all plugged in with USB. Some people asked me in the past, why do you have them wired? Why not wireless? Again, people don't think this is Africa. If you have wireless devices, you have to charge them. We don't have electricity everywhere. So here through the USB, those devices are getting their energy, 5 volts. You understand? And now the kiosk itself is autonomous, okay, energy-wise. You just have to put one small solar panel, 100 watts or 200 watts, it doesn't matter. And then it's going to feed the batteries inside, and then it's going to be live. At night, when you don't have solar panel, you don't have sun, at least for 2 to 3 days, you have, because there's an APC inside, so you have electricity. And inside also, you have the 4G SIM card or the 3G SIM card that can transfer the data. So you can work offline, and when online comes back, you can transfer the data, which is awesome. This is what the people want. Then I created a smaller version in form of tablet, but a rugged tablet, like tablet used by military. That was for our military here, but then I declassified. I gave that to civilian when the COVID came. Well, now with that tablet, I can get to your house. I can get your heart rate, your oxygen level. I can get your scanner, ultrasound scanner. I can get what else? Your thermography image, thermal image like in the movie Predator. I see you in color. So I can pinpoint exactly your exact temperature. And if I see different temperature on your body, I might say, Over there, the temperature is different, maybe because the irrigation of the blood is too much. Maybe there is a tumor. Maybe, hey, man, you need to go see the doctor to check that part. There's something wrong there. The temperature is no uniform there. It's different. That helps for cancer, for example, for women. Even men get breast cancer, okay?
Yeah.
So that tablet really helps now the doctor, the nurse, to get into your house when you are in bed, you are sick. Go do your almost your full examination. And if he want or you want, they can transfer that to the hospital in live. And another doctor can give his advice. So now we can have nurses, doctors, not staying in their office, but just taking a bike or a motorcycle and going from house to house, examine people. They can go into villages. Military can use the same thing now. If they have 3G connection, fine. If they don't have, they can just use Iridium, the satellite phone. You can have also internet, satellite internet with that, plug it into the tablet, and you can be on top of the mountain and transfer all the images of your wounded soldier straight to the military hospital. They know which soldier it is, they know his blood type, they know his allergies, they have seen, even they see the images of the bullet inside his body. The bullet has split maybe into 10 pieces, so they know what they are dealing with before even the soldier get to the hospital. We have it. This is not an idea. This is a reality. We have it and it's working and it's here. Wow. The tablets are already used by the biggest hospital in Guinea, Hôpitaux Donka, with the epidemiology and infectious department. They're using several tablets financed by the Francophonie, the French organization. We supply them and they're working with it. They're pretty much happy.
Okay. So the question is it for free? Like, I would just take it back. Like, you have a grandmother sleeping in our house in the village. She's not feeling fine, but she has I don't know if she can buy the tablet, or if the tablet, or like, I'm trying to understand how it works. Like, she's buying
the tablet. Yeah, no, the tablets, of course, cannot be free because we have technology inside like thermal camera, which is originally a military device, the thermal imaging. Even in the US right now, if you're trying to get thermal camera out of the US, you have to have the State Department authorization to do that, you see? So where I procure, I cannot tell you, but you have thermal camera in them. No, you don't have to buy it. It would be costly. You see, that tablet today costs $4,500. Wow. 4,500 euros, okay, which is almost 5,000. But look at this thing. This tablet can have the data of 2 million people. 2 million people. All the devices in this tablet, if you take them apart normally in a regular hospital, in a US hospital, thermography and all of them, you take the device they use for that, you are over $200,000 to $300,000 in equipment. So this device that I'm bringing here is cheap. If you take 4,500 euros, you divide by 2 million people. Can you imagine? 2 million people, 2 million patient data can be stored in, okay? So per patient, maybe it's not even like few cents or 2 cents. So that's the way to look at the thing. Whatever costs like $200,000 to $300,000, I'm bringing that to just one single digit.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
So that's what I did for us in order to leapfrog, because Africa doesn't have the time to go the same route than Europe and the Western country, than even China. You see, the Western country, the USA, Europe took 1,000 years, okay? The USA took 300 plus years. China took, let's say, 4 years, okay? Since Deng Xiaoping, since 1979, 1980, when he opened China to modern stuff. We are just going to take 10 to 20. We're not gonna take 40. I want Africa to just take 10 years or 15 years. And the way it's going right now, with good leadership in Africa, boom, we do it. With artificial intelligence, we nail it. And right now in the tablet, the tablet is the health scan tablet. the Octopus interactive kiosk also, that is the full service. Both of them, the database are open to AI. So you can plug in any algorithm. So yeah, we are there, right there.
Wow. So you're an inventor. What you're doing and what the idea that you brought on your African continent and that you have implemented in Guinea is something amazing. I'm sure that Africa must be proud of people like you. But my question now is, what are the difficulties that you encounter? Because as an inventor, we know how how difficult it can be, to make your product known, maybe by the government, by the private hospitals. And so what are the difficulties that you encountered when you launched your product?
I feel like Africans have been taught to be ashamed of them since slavery colonization. You see, we have been broken, so we have to be patient. We have been broken mentally. And even though we think that, oh yeah, we're free, we had our independence, it's been 60 years plus, no, we are still in our mind thinking like whatever we do is less than them, okay? Less than Western country, now even less than China, okay? That's what we think. So when I build my things, I'm free in my mind. I've spent 23 years abroad in the Western world. I came back, no complex in my head, okay? Because I've been there and I've learned the techniques, and I've even managed to be a bank director over where I went, people from where I went, okay? Kind of like, I came, I saw, I conquered. So that's why I came back. So I have no difficulty thinking that a Black man is just like an American, he's just an African guy, is just like an American, just like a French, just like an Asian. For me, it's the same. But then here, when I go and meet official, okay, we just had a coup d'etat, is different. I'm not talking about the new guys. Those are, for me, no complex. They have no complex in their head. They seems to be great so far. But the one who are just removed, my goodness, those people normally are excellent in what they do. But here's the difficulties. When someone leaves the Western world, okay, and you are Caucasian, white, come to them, they will trust you, believe you, work with you, collaborate with you, believe in everything you are telling them. I've seen it with my own eyes. I just couldn't believe. They will drink any, excuse me for the expression, any bullshit, because it's the white guys. He seems to know everything better than us. So that's the complex that they have. You will come, you are Guinean, African, or me. They won't even give you an appointment. I'll give you an example. When I went, for example, for my country, when I went to ask one time for an appointment, they know me, they have seen me on TV, Canal Plus and everything. I went to ask an appointment with the ministry, health ministry. The guy gave me an appointment, the secretary, gave me a ticket with the stamp on it. He said, be here at 8:45. I was there at 8:30. I waited in the waiting room from 8:45 a.m. until 5:45 p.m. I waited. The entire day, couldn't go to lunch, couldn't do anything. I was just sitting. But during the entire day, I would see some white people getting in, some Asian people getting into the minister's office. All of them got in. And me, I was sitting. I was with my consultant who was 78 years old. We were sitting. We spent the entire day. And when the minister at the end of the day found out that, oh, he had to let us in, we got in. As soon as I started talking, he told me, you know what? I'm too tired for today. Come another day. I didn't shake his hand. He lifted his hand. I did not shake his hand. I walked out. He was shaking. He wanted to shake my hand, and he has his business card. I did not take his business card. I did not shake his hand. I just walked out. My consultant took his card and shook his hand. I walked out. But one day in a forum, I managed to blast him like I dropped an atom bomb on him, because I have more than 200 people and he was sitting right there. And I was a panelist, so I was able to get him to drop a a huge bomb on him. I mean, I made everybody laugh, and he was justifying himself left and right, but it was pathetic. Second thing, even the health minister who was just removed recently, he loves me and he met me and he even told me that my documentaries on Canal Plus really inspired him, especially because my interactive kiosk prints some the prescription, medical prescription in QR codes. So he said, that inspired me. And I even told my engineer to work on that. I just wanted to tell you, sir, you are a bum. You could just call me. I'm a citizen here. I could just tell you how to do it in a better way. But now you stole the idea from TV, and that's a patented idea. But he is a minister. I couldn't do that because his bodyguard is just out there. So yeah, they would not like give me anything. But what kills me is I have a friend who is a consultant who is based in between Paris and London. He is the one often who tells me, hey, do you know there's this business in Guinea right now? He's not even Guinean. But he's the one telling me because they contact his consulting firm right there in London. And the experts are, yeah, I'm here, but they will prefer calling him. Wow. But so sometimes he will just give me back some contract. You see? Wow. I'm the one performing some of what they don't know here. I'm the one performing some of the contract. They don't even know that they give it to the friend. I mean, my friend laughs. He laughs sometimes. We just like burst laughing. I say, you see, what they have in their mind, they think by seeing you in London, you are better than me. While the work that they're giving you, I'm the one executing that, giving back to you. You put your labor, you bring it back to them. That's how it is. I even had a contract not long ago with one ministry here. It's from one guy sitting in Europe, in Bordeaux, okay, who gave me a contract from one of my ministries here because he couldn't do it. So I did it. He put his label and then he gave it to them. While I'm here, I could have charged them at least 5 times less because those consultants, they take no less than, I believe, $1,500 per day, $1,500 per day. You see? Wow. I could have just done that for $100 per day or maybe even $50 per day. So yes, the difficulty is like we have people here who don't listen to who are stubborn beyond imaginable. I mean, you cannot even imagine how stubborn they are. And they waste public money. It's like the rain in the month. It's like during the monsoon season, the rain that comes all the time. That's how they waste the money, the public money. They could just trust their people, engineers like us, people sitting here who came back to work from within, not from outside. No, that's not what they want because they know with us, they cannot negotiate some stuff. You have to understand here. The guy sitting in London, I mean, they always tell him, hey, I know it's $100. They just put like 1,000. You understand? And then kick back some into my wife's account in Paris. That's how they do. That's how they do. I see from there, I see from here how they do. You see? Oh. I mean, that's how they are. We just hope with the new government coming here that they will start to listen to the population. Because if we don't listen to each other, we're going to perish. Because AI is coming, artificial intelligence. People are starting to have those smart watches. They don't even know those are Trojan horses. They're starting to have everything on Google Cloud, on the, I don't know, kind of 360 cloud and everything. Ooh, that's cool. Fine. But your entire life, it's going to be, your entire life, it's in somebody else's hands right now. Yeah. Those people will be at some point able to determine if you will live long or if you will die soon. If you have those smartwatches here, they can triangulate informations and your health, monitoring your health every day. They will reach the level where they can tell you right away, at this pace, you have 5 years to live or 2 months to live. You see? Now try to be like a politician now, try to be like president or minister or whatever. Well, they can sell that information to your opponent because they're in business to make money. They are not your friends. They are not your parent, neither your uncle. Even your uncle, though, he can sell your information to get some money, but that's how it is. So whatever all those devices, so it's time for Africa to wake up, to build their own devices, to collect their own information and keep them here and build better algorithm out of that. Look at all algorithms coming, for example, in Africa, like facial recognition. They don't work entirely in Africa. Why? Because they've been based on other facial features like Asian or European, not us. So 50% of the time or 60% of the time, it doesn't work on us. It's time for us to build our own, okay? And this is why Tulip is here. Tulip is here to build the made in Africa, managed by African, for us. If you work for another continent, fine, okay? But right now, we need to focus on us. We need that. We need to listen to each other. And our politics are not listening to us, the locals, listening to outsiders. And that's what I found frustrating, because those outsiders, look, I went to Harvard. I went to University of Maryland. Now, if I see someone from University of Maryland who was on the bench like me, we took the same classes. Now that guy comes to my country and they receive him and not me, that kills. Just imagine that, the guy you used to study with, you used to even teach. Now coming to your country, he's received as a superstar.
Yeah.
Even one time, I have a friend who told me, from Guinean origin, he's a US commander. So when the vessel came to another country, neighboring country, the defense ministry from that country received them. And as he was last to walk in, his troops walked in first, okay, his other officers. The defense minister saw the huge white guy and they just put them near him. They all say, oh, this is not, these guys here are not the bosses. The boss is coming. But yet he put them there. When he saw the boss coming, that was a Guinean guy, a short guy, you know, very humble. When he walked in, now he didn't know, the Ministry of Defense didn't know what to do. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, he said, no, stay there. I'm going to stay here. He stayed at the other side of the table. That is just to insult him again. My troops told you that the boss is coming, but yeah, he saw the white guy. He put the white guy in front, thinking that the black guy was the small. But no, the black guy was the commander. Duh. Wow. So that's what happened here.
Wow, exactly, sir. But so you have been talking about the adversity, the difficulties that you encountered. Now I have to ask you this question. Can you share with us your worst experience in business?
The worst experience is, you see, for example, the interactive kiosk I built them in several, for several sectors, agricultural sector, education sector, and everything. One of the worst was one minister here, for example, education minister called me. He said, the exams are coming. Can you help us digitalize the examination? I said, yeah, I can sure do that for my country. You see, that pathetic love of country, patriotic love, sometimes you pay the harsh price also. I said, yes. He called me in person, the minister. So I was humbled, and then, yeah, I jumped in. He told me to come see him. I said, fine. I took two of my finance director, IT infrastructure, the other one, IT software. We jumped in. We went 2 days after. We met him in his office at 8 a.m. 1 hour we spent there, great. He was right there for us. Okay, he said, build a proposal, send it to me. We are in a rush, okay? What usually people take 1 to 2 weeks, we just took like 72 hours. We did it perfect. We corrected our consultant, so we quickly say everything's perfect, the pricing, things, fine. The entire country, I gave him a price. Later, when my other consultant saw that, he wanted to jump on my neck because the price was too low, okay? I give you an example, 900,000 euros to digitalize entirely all the examination for the entire country with devices, with even the phone blocker. I mean, to cancel all signal, you know, Wi-Fi signal and everything, detectors. I put in the interactive kiosk to print the topics, also like rack servers, systems where the minister himself in the morning of the examination can just log into his account, generate a code. When it hits OK, that goes straight to all the directors, school directors' cell phone. They just have to take the code and put it into the tablet that I would give them, that would decipher the documents, the examination document. They would have downloaded a day prior to the examination, of course, and now it can decipher. So all the system, everything. Well, the minister didn't answer to me after he received that. 2 days after, I wrote to him on WhatsApp, he didn't communicate. After 4 days, I asked him what he thinks. He started saying, no, it's too expensive, blah, 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 blah. I even told myself that, okay, maybe it's expensive. But my consultant told me, no, you should have priced that at least 3 million euros. I say, no, you guys just like to kill Africans. We cannot afford 900,000 is enough. Okay, this is for kids. The minister took all my projects. He went to give to some to a company in, I would say, in Northern Africa, okay?
Yeah.
To a company that he knows very well. He went to give them for 2 million euros. Can you believe that? He refused 900,000 euros, but he went to approve for 2 million euros on the other side. And how did I know that? Just by luck. Some people calling me, some friends went to eat with them and laugh and everything. And then one came to be one of the procurement guy. So he explained to us that how they, they are supposed to give that to that country, to that firm in Northern Africa. And then I say, do you know that was my project? He said, no way. The minister told us that there's no competence in the country to do that. So only those people can do. I say, okay, here's the conversation. I show him. The guy almost fell from his chair. He said, the minister ensures there's no company in Guinea that can do that. Even submission for that, okay? Wow. While I was here. So he saw my price. He held his mouth like this. He said, there's something wrong with our country. You would have helped us save 1,100,000. Wow. But this guy decided to give them 2 million. And you, 900,000. What's wrong? I say, your country, there's something really wrong. So yeah, my project went to that company. Okay, and they did it finally, but without me, double the money. So that's harsh, but like I told you, every day I get some beatings. But when you fall, you get up, clean yourself, you keep moving. Okay? Yeah. It's the length of the thing. It's not really like winning today. You can lose all the battles and win the war. Like you can win all battles and lose the war. Afghanistan, America in Afghanistan, they won all the battles with the Taliban, but they lost the war. And the Afghans, the Taliban, they lost almost every single battle, but they won the war. So it's on the length. When something is lengthy, that's where you see who is good, who is bad. So yeah, that is just one of them. I mean, but you keep going. Okay. I told you that I lost some hair. I didn't lie. I didn't lie, okay?
Yeah, we can see how difficult it can be, yeah. But
so if you're not persevering, please give up. Go work for someone, 9 to 5, and you have a happy life. Marry one woman, get a house, raise your kids, and die. That's all. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be Elon Musk, if you want to go on the moon, look at Elon Musk. How cool his astronauts are, how cool they are dressed. Well, you have to be like him, okay? You have to fight every day. You will be criticized every day. The heck, you keep doing, because that's your dream. Only you know the length of your dream, not other people.
Exactly. So sir, what you have been sharing is really amazing and even surprising, because we are in the time where we are just training ourselves. We are trying to promote Africa for Africans, promote made in Africa, promote African youth and African genius that can work together to transform the whole continent. But seeing how things are operating at the top level, at level with the government, it is still making us ask the question, is it really worthy? Is it really like are we going to reach our objective? Are we going to meet the goals? That's the question. So for you, what is how do you see the condition of business in Guinea, for example?
Okay, to be an entrepreneur, for example, when I was in America, I knew the statistics say 99% were like small entrepreneurs. 99% of companies in America are mom and pop's company, are personal companies, okay? Only 1% are Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and those American airline, those things. We need entrepreneurship is the only way for us to succeed, to emancipate Africa, okay? To bring wealth to Africa. It's hard to do that in America. In France, it's crazy to do it. In Africa, it's tough. In Guinea, it's something else. I mean, it's you see, there are planets that are in or around us here. Okay, they are far. Like Venus is far. Like Pluto is very far, right? Doing business in Guinea, it's like going on Alpha Centauri galaxy. Okay, that's almost, I don't know how to tell you, that's almost 50 light years. It's something, it is crazy. It is the craziest thing I've ever done in my life. But you know what? I have to do it.
Exactly. So we are going to take a short break and we are coming back in a minute.